What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? This is Joey Jargonaut jumping in with my first and newest knee-jerk reaction. Jumping in on the heels of some pretty exciting information released about Pokemon Sword and Shield today, August 7th. Definitely I know the first member of my team. I'm pretty excited about that Obstagoon, Zigzagoon's new Galarian form. Always been a fan of Kiss, always been a fan of Zigzagoon. This is a perfect Pokemon for me. Always been a normal type, favoriting normal type trainer. I am on the hype train for sure for this. First real excitement coming in for me here. So there's a number of different things released today. We've got Galarian Weezing, another one. To be perfectly honest, I was a little bit choked about that. I do think it's a cool design. I was really hoping to see a Galarian Weezing or a different variant, regional variant of Weezing that may have been a poison fire type with tiny little volcanoes where Weezing's nubs would be all over them. That was kind of my hope. I didn't think it would happen in this generation, but now that we've had a Galarian variant, I don't think there will be another Weezing, sadly. He's always been one of my favorites, and I figured a poison fire typing with all of his move pool as it is would have been perfect for him. But that's just my take on that. It's okay. I'll get used to it. Poison Fairy, that's an interesting typing. Very interesting. I'm quite intrigued to see that. And with Weezing having Levitate, you know that fairy typing is going to get a huge boost with with a complete immunity to ground typing. That's going to be huge. That's a times 4. That's a times 4 savior actually from both poison and fairy typing getting super affected by ground. So on top of the new Galarian Weezing, we got the new release of the Pikachu of this generation. It appears to be a hamster. Galarian Pikachu variant here. It looks like this one's going to be called More Pico. It has a new ability added into the game called Hunger Switch. That's where it appears once it uses this move, it will change from being an electric typing to what appears to be a dark typing, looking very much like a combination of a Pikachu and Gengar mix when it changes. Very unique, very interesting. I'm definitely intrigued by More Pico. It definitely falls in pretty high ranking in my top tier Galarian Pokemon. Definitely up there with Impidimp, which is definitely one of the higher echelons for me as well. Everything is beat out by Obstagoon though. I'm hype about him a lot. So informations of the leaks that were released a number of months ago. I know anyone who's watching this video has probably been on the hype train just as I have and have been following these leaks as they've been coming out, and we got some confirmation with Marnie and with Team Yell here, so there's that confirmation. We also saw that Reuniclus is a battleable Pokemon being brought into this generation, so anyone who's got any clever little Combativus, you got some options with Galarian Pokedex here, so that's exciting. That's always good. I did run a Reuniclus a while ago, very defensive special attack setup. So as this is my first Pokemon video here, I may as well go over all of my, just rant out all of my my opinions on everything that's been released here, as everyone has been. So here we go. I'll just conclude this video by giving my opinion on all the Game Freak stuff and all the town and all the not full decks, not full Pokedex being brought up into the new games. Personally, I'm obviously on the bulk of the fan base's side here, where I'm heartbroken that they're losing ground. I understand where all this is coming from. I understand where there's uncertainty for their game company is coming from, and I get where, you know, it's making sound business sense for them to start investing time and money into other options, but I fear that the Pokemon Company stands to lose their strong fan base here and gradually go the way of Ubisoft and EA with their horrible financial decisions, with making microtransactions the requirement for all their games moving forward. We've seen this with Pokemon Masters as it's come out already. I don't plan on spending a dime on any of these types of games. Pokemon Go the same. I get where the financial sound decision making is coming from here. They're just cleaning house with microtransactions, but I will and always have been a thorough old school Pokemon fan for all the games, and these steps that we're taking farther away from regular generations that we're used to, they are making me fear for the future of the franchise. I will be buying this generation. I'll probably even be buying both games, but I do fear for the future if they keep on going this route. I don't know how my support will maintain. To be perfectly honest, I have had an issue with every time they've brought in a major every time they've brought in a new change that they haven't carried through into the new generation. For me, the biggest issue to begin with was from X and Y moving forward, when they got rid of triple battling, when they got rid of the battle system on the online setup that they had there. That, in my opinion, was the peak that they had it. It was the most simple. They made it just as, there's a quote that Einstein has said, quoted saying, that is, make everything as simple as it can be, but no simpler. Well, they have made things way more complicated than they need to be. That was the right system. That was the right way to do it. Triple battles, where did it go? Why is it gone? That was always my favorite, always has been, always will be. Don't get that anymore, sadly. Mega evolutions, I got to love. I enjoy them now. I don't mind them. But now they're taking that away from us as well. Z moves as well. Z moves, that's where they started losing me a bit. But mega evolutions, like, it's a very frustrating thing having to readapt to all these new series changes. So I really hope that they start listening to their thorough fan base that actually got them to this place in some of these things. Personally, I would way prefer that they give us a 2-year wait period and come out with a game that is proper, a game that we can sink hundreds of hours into and never get tired of, a game that doesn't even start until you beat the game. That's the Pokemon that I grew up with. That's the Pokemon that I learned to love. That's the Pokemon that really got my competitive flair going when I'm challenging people all around the world and I'm pitting my abilities against them. That is the Pokemon that I love. So if by some miracle this video ever makes it to anyone in the Pokemon company or anyone in Game Freak, please hear my rant and understand that this is not just me that believes this. This is not just me that feels this. Your thorough fan base who's bought every generation, who's bought new consoles for your games exclusively, they don't want these changes, these walkbacks of previous ideas. Keep consistency. Let's get a structure and let's build on that structure. You had the greatest setup for just continuing to make these games gradually better and adding a new feature and adding a new feature. Stop taking things away from them, though. Please. Anyways, that's my rant for today. I appreciate your guys' time. As everyone else says, you know, I'm sure subscriptions and likes and comments are all going to be appreciated if my channel ever gets off the ground, and if not, then for the 3 people that watch this, or me maybe 3 times in a row, well, that's my take. That's Joey Jargonaut signing off. Thanks. Talk to you later.